Hey guys, welcome to Pajama Let's Play. I'm Michelle, host of Pajama Let's Play, where we talk all things Kingdom Hearts. Today, I will be reviewing the common theory that in the next numbered game, Sora will be forced into the Reaper's game from The World Ends With You. Before we get into that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. Also, you can follow me on Twitch, check out my Patreon. All of those links are in the description box down below. And of course, here is the spoiler warning. I will be discussing the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, so if you'd like to finish that and come back, I completely understand. For everyone else, let's talk about this theory. For those who are unaware, the Reaper's game is a primary plot point in The World Ends With You. The premise is when people die, they are sent to an alternate plane of existence called the Underground, where they enter a week of trials in exchange for being brought back to life. If you'd like a summary of the game, I have linked a great video for that in the card above and the description box below that I highly recommend. The theory is Sora dies as a result of overusing the power of waking and will be playing the Reaper's game to be able to come back to life. I'm going to say this now, I don't agree with this theory, and this video will explain why, as well as offer what I believe Sora will be doing next. First, let's take a look at the scene in question. This is immediately after saving Kairi and tying up loose ends in the Realm of Light. Then he wakes up here. The sidewalks and the 10-4 building make it clear that Sora's in Shibuya from The World Ends With You. And he wakes up in the exact same place and the exact same way as Neku when he is beginning the Reaper's game. Let's take a look at that scene. The similarities are obvious, and it's clear Shibuya is where Sora will start in the next numbered game. However, there is a key difference that was specifically shown in Neku's scene. He was given a player pin, that black circle in his hand, while Sora's hands were both empty. Anyone who is playing the game is given a pin, and it's required to actually deal damage to their enemies called noise. It's actually really similar to the Keyblade in the Heartless, so make sure to tell me in the comments what you think that means. One more piece of evidence is given in Sora's conversation with Chirithy. Let's take a look real quick.
Break a taboo of nature, and you'll end up paying an extraordinary price.
Oh. I've heard that before. So, what's the price?
You'll lose your powers. You won't be able to use the power of waking.
That's all? No problem.
But that's not all. You yourself will vanish from this world. And without your powers, you can't return to the world you came from.
Chirithy never said or even implied that Sora would die. He said Sora would be sent to another world and unable to return. If Sora's alive, he is not eligible for the Reaper's game, so I don't believe he will play it. However, I do believe he is in Shibuya and that the world got restored at some point after the events of Dream Drop Distance. Notice the card above me, which links my video about Quadratum. It'll give some extra context to the points I'm about to make, so feel free to check that out first. I don't have a lot of evidence per se, but I do think a lot like Nomura, and his plots tend to work very similarly to the way I plot out D&D campaigns. So my version of the theory mostly relies on what I would do with the information we have. With the video I just mentioned, I established why I believe Quadratum is a version of Kingdom Hearts with Square Enix worlds instead of Disney worlds. Building on that, I believe Shibuya will be the equivalent to Traverse Town, a world for those whose homeworlds have been lost. As a catch-all, Sora would naturally be sent there, just like he was sent to Traverse Town when the Destiny Islands fell to darkness. He will likely run into Joshua, or maybe a new composer, who can help him find Riku, who is clearly an insomnia from Final Fantasy XV and/or Versus 13. What I would really like to see is Sora, alive and well, running into Neku, Shiki, Beat, and Rhyme, also alive and well, because of how things were left in The World Ends With You. Maybe they could even interact with the underground, and they could incorporate the Reapers game from the perspective of the living and the real ground. It would be fun, appropriate, and a great Easter egg from Dream Drop Distance. But what do you think? Is there a perspective I missed that proves Sora is playing the Reapers game? Do you think he will see Neku and Joshua? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed the theory review. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of the other things I'm supposed to ask you to do, which are all linked in the description box down below. Until next time.